I had to let y'all know this. What's up? My main channel. My main channel. I had to let it be known because there was a lot of interactions that didn't make any sense here. But I wanted to make sure I did connect with you guys so you guys would definitely know what was going on out there. Now, here's the issue. Russell Westbrook took this series so personal, he refused to let the Denver Nuggets lose this series. He single-handedly was the battery charge that the Denver Nuggets needed. Because what he does is help people like Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. Whenever they feel mentally down, the Joker does not know how to get those guys lit up. And Murray needs somebody to pick him up because he's tired of being that guy all the time. And the Joker's never that guy. He says things, but it just doesn't work. Now, this became a big problem. And I'm going to tell you why it became a big problem in this series. Hello. Now, it became a problem because during this series, you saw some things that didn't make any sense. Um, when the Clippers was rolling, there was no need for them to bring in James Harden that Russ thought. And Russ had to go to the bench for James. He never, ever was okay with that because he had thought they had built a great chemistry with him and Kawhi Leonard. And he realized him and Kawhi wasn't as tight as he thought. That the fact that they had him replaced, and basically he felt that was Kawhi's decision to have him removed and replaced with um, James Harden, and wanted James to play with him, and felt like they didn't have his back. And knowing how much he wanted to stay in Los Angeles, and he was happy in the Clippers, and he did everything for those guys. You know, helped developing Terrence Mann and working with these younger guys. It really hurt his heart to see it turn out in such a way. So for him to go against them, that he had to go to Denver, his wife was upset because they was happy to finally have Russ back home, and to have this happen in the way it did, him going to Denver, playing for like the bare minimum, it was insulting to Russell Westbrook. And if he ever got a chance to play against them, he was going to definitely take it personal. Two teams he definitely take personal, and that is the Lakers and the Clippers. Rest, rest assured, that is going down every time. Oh yes, he has zero concern for that. You see, in Russ, all of this stuff happened in a practice where Kawhi wasn't even playing. So Kawhi Leonard was basically sitting out, recuperating, and he's coming back into the game, right? He's coming back into the fold, and he doesn't really have his legs under him. And, you know, he starts going with his, yo, coach, you know, I think we need to move the ball a little bit more. Yeah, we need to move the ball. I'm just saying, you can't have the point guard trying to go for 35. Just don't make sense, coach. So Ty Lue, Ty Lue would hear that and just say, All right, I hear you, Kawhi. I hear you, Kawhi. You right. So they would tell Russ, move the ball around. So the thing is that Russ would go up there like, dog, I'm right next to you. If you got something to say it to me. You don't have to do that. I'm right here. Say it to me. Why do you keep going to coach? Because that's the best way to do it. Because the coach, he's the coach, right? So I'm not trying to go over coach's head. Just let coach do it with it. So I just let coach deal with it. Right? You know, no problem. I mean, I would tell you if I got a problem, but just saying, it's best if it comes from coach because the other team got to see that. So he was like, so you basically telling me you want me to pass the ball more? I average more assists than everybody on the team. Yeah, that's good. We need more passing. Yeah, we need more movement. He's like, so are you gonna be passing? If the guy's open. If he's open, I give him the ball. It was like, so what do you think we need to do defensively since you want to be the coach? I don't want to be the coach. Then what? Then what are you doing? He's like, that's why I went to the coach. So coach can make that decision because I don't want to be the coach. Coach said, if we got any suggestions, then ask him. So I brought him a suggestion, and then coach said, okay, we'll do it that way. So that's on coach. So they got along, but it's not in the way people thought. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Hold up. Now, so they come in the game, and he goes, "Yo, coach, Kawhi's not getting the ball. They're passing the ball around. Kawhi Leonard's not getting the ball. Russell Westbrook is passing to everybody else except for Kawhi Leonard. So when Ty Lue says, Russ, the hell are you doing? Get the ball to Kawhi. He said, he wasn't open, coach. He wasn't open. That was the funniest thing ever. So when James come to the team and they get James, and Russ got to come off the bench. That's when he came in there, and then he blamed Kawhi for that. He was like, "That's your decision. I ain't the coach. This was your decision. If you want me to stay in the starting lineup, just let coach know." I don't get into that. That's coach's thing. I just worry about the game. So so they went ahead and brought in the assistant coach, and then Lawrence Frank got involved, and they said, hey, this marriage is not going to last long. But at the end of the season, we're moving on from Westbrook. Westbrook agreed to come off the bench because he basically has no choice. But at the end of this, we're moving away from him anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that's what the whole approach was at the time, is that we don't need to be dealing with Westbrook no more. They blame Westbrook for everything that went wrong after he was having success with the team, being on the team and everything else. And all of a sudden, Kawhi was hurt, wasn't playing well, injured. So Russ got more of the starting time. Then Russ comes in, plays great. And the playoff run gives them the great push that they needed, gave them a hard-fought win in the series. And she refused to let the team go down as Russ played with all his heart and held it down for the Clippers, as it was basically Kawhi's out and it's Russ and James Harden on the floor. Russ thought the Clippers, after watching the display he just did in the playoffs, when James Harden just disappears, and see that Russ was the leader, Russ was the one stepping up to the plate, that they would come through with some type of, oh, you know what, maybe we was wrong about Russ. Maybe we need to go ahead and put Russ in a position where Russ can shine. Let's do that, right? Let's put Russ in a position where Russ is the one winning, right? Let's do that. But no, they don't. They decided it's not worth it. They offered him very little. They didn't want him back. It was insulting. And if you Russell Westbrook, a man who felt he was insulted by the Los Angeles Lakers, was made to feel like the Clippers had love for him, all to be thrown away. By those who didn't care for him. It was sad to see, but a grim reality in the business of this game of basketball. Russell Westbrook had done in the playoffs, won the fans over, they loved him. But Kawhi, James felt like they were better without Russ, which ultimately made Ty Lue said, all right, we better without Russ. So what was the end result of that? What was the needful thing? What was the quality and such a work. You know? They never seen the quality in it. They never seen quality in such a work. I felt bad for Russ because he did not deserve that. Russell Westbrook did not deserve to go out in an unceremonial fashion, to be looked at or ostracized like he is a problem. I felt that was really unfair to him. Now, if you just don't want the guy, at least inform him. Let him say, hey, we're not looking to bring you back this year. So they could say, okay, cool. They don't want to bring me back this year. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? But to pull the man's strings and play him and string him along like there's a possibility, I just felt they played in his face. You know what I mean? I just felt they did that too much with Russ. And then you saw this playoff series. Look how Russ was diving for the loose balls. Look how Russ was moving around out there on the court. Russell Westbrook was pissed. This series meant more to him when when the Nuggets was about to tank it and cave it in, and they was looking like, well, it's over for us. Russ was like, oh no, we're not losing. We are not losing this game. He wouldn't let him lose it. Dude, you're allowed to post, but not troll. Now, yeah, I would love to see what happens next. Oh. Hey.
You about to head out?
Oh no, I just came back. How you doing?
Hey, welcome back.
No.
Whoa. Whoa, what is that?
It's a limo.
I see that, but I mean like from one.
That's the Thunderbolts limo.
Oh. Wait, popcorn?
Yeah, it holds popcorn too. Okay, so we are